Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Can you hear me? Please give your confirmations on the chat box, please. If you can hear me, please give your confirmations. Thank you very much. Thank you all for your responses. Thank you very much for your responses. Welcome you all. Let us stop the chat. Welcome you all to the second session of UI technologies. So what's our plan for today? The first important building blocks of web application is HTML. So I want to start with HTML. In this session, you'll understand what is HTML, how a structure of a HTML page looks like. We'll be creating a first HTML page and we'll be running the HTML page from the browser. How can we write comments in HTML? What are tags in HTML? What is a list in HTML? How can we use images in HTML? And there's something called attributes in tags. So how can we use these attributes? So this is all our plan for today. So I hope you have understood. We are moving on learning the concept of HTML. As usual, before moving on, let's have interaction with a couple of participants who are raising their hands, starting with Naresh. Good morning, Naresh. How are you doing? You are now allowed to unmute and talk, Naresh. By default, you will be in mute. You have to unmute yourself and talk. Vijay Kumar. Good morning. I can see your hand raised, Vijay Kumar. You can talk now.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Vijay. How are you doing? Your location, your experience?
I'm Harsha, and now I'm pursuing MCA.
Okay.
I'm from Nellore district.
Very good. What's your question?
Sir? Sorry?
What is you? Do you have any question?
No, sir.
Okay. If you do not have any questions, please do not raise the hands. Okay. Perfect. Good morning, Sneha. You are allowed to unmute. Yes. Good morning.
Sir, I really want that. Can you please teach us React.js after JavaScript
You want React.js training after this?
and the project also based on JavaScript and React.js?
Okay. Have you attended my sessions before?
Yeah, this is my first session, sir.
Okay. This is not React.js training. You know, Sneha. This is UI technologies. I hope you know that. We have not scheduled a React.js training. Okay. In case if we start it, you'll get the update in the WhatsApp group. Okay. For React.js, this is prerequisite. You have to be having a good understanding on UI components. Okay, Sneha. Am I clear? Morning.
Hello, sir.
Good morning.
This is Monica. Right now, I'm doing my bachelor's. So I just want to know, do we need to install anything to start this HTML?
Not required.
Like, not required.
You don't need to
Okay.
install anything. I'll show you from the scratch right from the first example. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Amarnath Reddy, good morning.
Good morning, Sunil. Am I audible?
You are audible, Amarnath. How are you doing?
Yeah, I am good, Sunil. So, my question is to, I'm having totally 8 years and 3 months of experience into QA. Quality assurance.
8 years experience you are having in the testing QA.
Yes. So whether because of whenever through automation we are finding web elements, right? Maybe it will be useful this kind of session. So that's why I joined. So whether my thinking is
Sorry,
my imagination is
please repeat your statement.
So while doing automation, right, we are finding web elements, right?
Okay.
So then that time we are finding export by attribute value,
Okay.
and some DOM elements.
Okay,
Suppose
got
some
it,
kind
got
of
it.
elements we are
You
given.
are involved in
Yeah.
automation testing with respect to web application. Am I right, Amanat?
Yes. Yeah, right.
Yes, this exposure will help you.
Okay, yeah.
Thank
Thank you.
Good evening, Dennis.
Hello, good morning from my end. I'm actually in the morning section.
Your location,
Uh,
please.
Yeah, I'm actually in Cameroon.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, I was actually wondering if after getting all of these lessons and getting an app generated, will there be a possibility of actually uploading that in Play Store, or it's just a web application that cannot be uploaded on Play Store, App Store?
Yeah, this is web application, okay, not a mobile application, okay?
Oh,
The
okay.
learning with respect to mobile application is different, okay? So this is specific to web application. Okay, Dennis?
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh.
One more final call before going on to today's sessions. Sharan Teja.
Hey, hi, Sunil. This is Sharan.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Sir. Yeah, Sunil, it's like, even like we are learning UI technologies here, right? UI. Is there any possibility that, at the backend Python script is running? So we can connect the front end to backend in such a way so that, the script can
You
be
want to learn the
executed from
backend
front
part
end to
also?
back. No, just only the connection part. So from front end to back end.
Okay. No, that is covered as part of Python course or framework course.
Only the connection.
Your voice is not clear.
From
Sharan, I understand your
front end to
question.
back end.
Sharan, I understand your question. You want to have exposure how exactly the UI tech, the connection between the front end and back end happens. Let's say if the back end is MySQL database or Oracle database. That's part of framework training as well as core Python training. Okay, and anyways, I'll give you an exposure. Okay, so let's get started. Perfect. Any web application finally results into a HTML page. Any web application finally results to a HTML page. I have shown you one website yesterday, spicejet.com. So finally, what is shown to the end user is a HTML page. Am I right? Please have a look at it. View page source. Finally, what you're getting as a HTML page. So every web application finally results in a HTML page. So if you're aiming for an application developer, web application developer, understanding on HTML is very, very important. So let's get started. In this session, we'll understand what is HTML, and we'll also start hands-on. We'll learn how can we create our first HTML page. It's very, very interesting, and we'll be experiencing the HTML pages also. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Its full form is Hypertext Markup Language. It's a markup language. Okay. It is an important building block application, a login page, services page, contact us page, chat box page. It's a collection of web pages. An application is a collection of web pages, and every page finally will be shown to the end user in the form of HTML file. So that's the importance of HTML. The purpose of HTML is to define the structure of the page, how you want the page to be displayed, where you want the image to be placed, where you want the radio button to be placed, where you want a push button to be placed, where you want the menu to be placed. So all that structure of the particular page, you can define it using HTML. Every HTML will have two parts, keep in mind. Always, every HTML page is having two parts. Let's say this is your HTML page. Anyways, we'll see practically. Assuming that this is a HTML page. Every HTML page is having how many parts? Every HTML page is having 2 parts. The first part is HTML head. The second part is body. Always only 2 parts. HTML page is divided into 2 parts. One is head, the other one is body. Head contains metadata. Head contains metadata information. Example, what is the title of the page? What is the description? Who is the author for the page? Title of the page, description of the page, who created this particular page, keywords for this particular page. When you place some keywords, that will help in search engine optimization. If you want this HTML pages to be displayed in the Google search, you have to place some keywords. So this kind of metadata information, you have to place it in the head. If I am creating the HTML page, author will be my name. You can give some descriptions. If you want, you can give some description for the particular page. You can give some title to the page. You can add some keywords to this particular page. So this kind of metadata information is mentioned in the head. Okay, anyways, we'll see practically how to create head and how to create body. The content which should be displayed to the end user, what you want to display to the end user? Do you want to display one image? Do you want to display one button? Do you want to display some text field? So whatever you want to show it to the end user, that you have to place it inside the body. Okay, so HTML page is having 2 parts. One is HTML head, the other one is body. Head contains metadata information, and whatever you write it in the body, that is shown to the end user. That is shown to the end user. So this is about 2 important divisions of HTML. So as we had a basic theory, let's get started. How to create a first HTML page? How to create a HTML page? If you want to create a HTML page, please use Notepad. We all have Notepad, right? You don't need any special editor for it. To start with, let's use Notepad. Notepad is an editor where you can write the HTML code. So first you have to create a HTML page. Your question, Sunil, how to create a HTML page? You can create a HTML page by using HTML tag. This is how you have to write a tag. HTML pages is nothing but collection of HTML tags. HTML page starts with the tag HTML. This is the beginning tag. And it should also have an ending tag. How to write an ending tag? /HTML. This is the ending tag. Okay. This is the beginning tag. This is the ending tag. Yes. This is your HTML page. So this is the HTML page. HTML page starts with HTML tag and ends with end tag. This is the end tag. Whenever you write / followed with HTML, all the end tags will have this /. This is your first HTML page. As we know, this HTML page is having how many parts? Every HTML page will have how many parts? My dear friends, every HTML page is having how many parts? 2 parts, one is head and body. How to create the head? How to create the body? Under HTML, can you see here? Under HTML, I want to start head for the HTML. Head should also have an ending tag. This is end of heading. This is the heading part. This is the heading part. Second part is body. So close angular brackets. This is the opening of the body tag, and this is the closing of the body tag. That's it. This is your HTML page. This is the beginning of the HTML tag. This is the end of HTML tag. This is the head part. This is the body part. What do you mention in the head part? If you want to mention some author, you want to write the description. If you want to mention the title, you have to write it in the head part. Whatever you write it in the body, that will be displayed. Whatever the content that is displayed to the end user, that you have to place it in the body. Okay, let me start with body. I'm writing one content. My name is Sunil. Whatever you write it in the body, that is shown to the end user. That's it. This is my HTML page. Very, very simple. This is my HTML page. All the HTML pages, my dear friends, all the HTML pages should be saved with extension .html, the file extension. Wherever you want to save, for example, Word document, we save it with .docx, right? PowerPoint.pptx. HTML page, you have to save it with extension .html. Where I want to save it, let's say, for example, I want to save my HTML pages in D drive. In my laptop, in my D drive, I'm creating a new folder. The folder name can be anything. I'm writing it as something like examples. In this particular D drive examples folder, I want to save my first HTML page. I want to save my first HTML page. My page code is ready. Go to File, Save As. Where do you want to save it? I want to save it in D drive. In D drive, we have created a new folder, examples. Yes, you are right. Inside the examples, save as type, which is not a text file. It is not a text file. Save as type, change to all files, and then mention the file name. File name can be anything. File name can, it's up to you. File name can be anything. Let's say I want to save it to the name abc.html to start with. There's no restriction. You can write anything. I want to save the file with extension abc file name, and what should be the extension .html. Where I am saving it? I'm saving it in D drive examples folder. Save. Done. I'm done with saving my HTML page. My dear friends, I'm done with saving my HTML page. Can you see here in D drive examples folder, the file I have saved it as HTML page. Perfect. Make sure in your Windows option, make sure that you select this, go to view and make sure that you select this file, this checkbox name extensions. When it is not selected, by default extension is not seen. If you want to see the extensions also, in the Windows options, go to view and make sure that you select this option called file name extension so that you can also see the file extensions. I'm done with creating my first HTML page. That's it. I'm done with creating my first HTML page. Where did I save my first HTML page? I have saved my first HTML page in this particular location, D drive examples folder. And what is the file name? The file name is abc.html. If you want to see the HTML code, for this particular page, right click, then you have an option called open with. You can open with whatever you want, you can open it. I want to open with Notepad. The HTML code, whatever you have written it, that will be displayed. Perfect. I'm done with saving my HTML page. You may have questions, Sunil, done with the first example of creating a page. Can we look at the page? Yes. How do you view the HTML pages? HTML pages are web application, web pages. Web pages we will see it over the browser. You can use any browser, whichever you want. I want to use Google Chrome. You can use Internet Explorer. You can use Mozilla Firefox. You can use whichever you want. Okay. You can use whatever you want. Okay. So you can open it using the Chrome. Okay, so how can you do it? Very simple. Right click on this particular page. Open with browser Google Chrome. You can open with Firefox. You can open with Internet Explorer, whatever you want. I want to open with Google Chrome. The moment when I click on this Google Chrome, the browser gets opened, and can you see what's the output? My name is Sunil. How are you getting this? This is what I have mentioned in my HTML code. Let me open the HTML code. Let me open the HTML code. Yes, perfect. What I'm written, my name is Sunil. Perfect. As I have written, you write it in the body, that will be displayed. Whatever you write it in the body, that will be displayed. Clear? Am I clear? My dear participants, am I clear in explaining you the first example? If yes, please type yes in the chat box. Am I clear how to create a HTML page? You know that HTML pages are nothing but files with extension .html. There are two important parts. One is head, the other one is body. Whatever you write it in the body, that is as it is displayed. Whatever you write it in the body, that is as it is displayed. For example, in the HTML body, okay, my name is Sunil and I'm writing some content. I'm writing some content and finally I'm saving it. I'm saving my HTML page. The moment I save the HTML page, I refresh my page. So that's that junk content. Are you able to see it? What does that mean? What does that mean? Whatever you write it in the body tag, that will be as it is displayed. Okay, that's what I have mentioned in the theory. The content which is displayed to the end user, you have to place it in the body tag. So this is the first example. We have learned how to create a HTML page. I don't want this content anymore. I am deleting it, saving it, and again I'm refreshing it. I'm done with creating my first HTML page. I'm sure you can easily create a first HTML page and open it on a browser. Next point. We have saved the file with extension any name abc.html, and then we have opened the browser. Are the HTML tags case sensitive? You may have a question. Sunil, this HTML tags, this is the starting tag, this is the ending tag. Am I right? This is the beginning tag, ending tag. This is the beginning tag and ending tag of head. Even body is having ending tag. All the ending tags will have slash. Okay. You may have a question. Should we write it in lowercase? Can I write it in capital letters? Will it work? Let's try. For example, body, I'm writing it in capital letters. Okay. For example, this body, the first two letters I'm writing in capital. Second two letters I'm writing it small, HTML. Last two letters I'm writing in combination of uppercase and lowercase. This is the beginning tag, this is the end of the tag. And head also, let's say head I'm writing it as the first two letters I'm writing, say last two letters I'm writing it in uppercase, beginning two letters I'm writing it in uppercase. I'm combining the cases and I am refreshing the page. Is it working? Am I telling? Tell me, is it working? Perfectly. So it is not case sensitive. You can, it's up to you. If you want to write it in uppercase, you write it. If you want to write it in lowercase, you write it. But the industry standard is all the HTML tags, they write it in lowercase only. So, but you can write it in any case, whichever you want. Okay. Perfect. You also know it is not a case sensitive. Perfect. So we have experienced the first HTML page. Very important points you have to know now. You know now is that HTML is having two parts. One is head, the other one is body. Head will have title. We have not used any title. If you don't have any description, if you want to include a title, you may have a question, Sunil, what do you mean by title? Yes, I'll show you. Like, for example, title is part of head or body? Title is part of head, for example. How to create a title by using the title tag. What is the title I want to give? I want to give it as my first page. And this is end of title. This is beginning of title. This is end of title. I'm writing it as my first page. What is the importance of title? Can you see here? Title will be shown here. Okay. I just want to be very clear. Where the title will be displayed. I think the title will be displayed here. Okay, let's see. Let me refresh. Let me refresh. I'm refreshing. Now, my dear participants, are you getting the title here as my first page? Perfect. This is the title page. Okay, so you know how to place titles. Title is part of heading. For example, that ticket booking site. What is it? SpiceJet, is it having a title? Can you see this is a title? Flight booking for domestic and international. This is the title. Are you understanding? So this is the title. Like how we are having a title, this is also having a title. Okay, so title is part of head. So this is the beginning of the title and this is the end of the title tag. This is HTML tag. This is head tag. This is title tag. This is body tag. Ending of head tag. Perfect. We have learned the first HTML page. Perfect. Title, we already included title. Yes, we got the output. HTML supports heading tags. When you want something to be displayed as a heading, you want something heading to be displayed, breaking news or something like that. You want some headings to be displayed. Whenever you want headings to be displayed, HTML supports 6 heading tags. You can see here. This is H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Every heading tag is having having the ending tag also, end of H1, end of H2, end of H3. So how many heading tags we are having? 6 heading tags. I want you to experience the heading tags. So below this line, my name is Sunil. I am using how many heading tags? How many heading tags I'm using? 6 heading tags. And I'm finally save it. Whatever you write it in the body, my dear friends, whatever you mention in the body as it is will be displayed to the end user. Now I click on refresh. This is the importance of the heading tag. When you want headings to be displayed as much more bigger, this is the first heading tag. H1 is much more bigger. H2 is little smaller than H1. H3, H4, H5, H6 is the smallest heading. The different heading sizes, it's up to you as per your design requirement. You can use any heading whichever you want. This is a normal text and this is a heading. Okay, so you know about heading tags. Next. How to write comments in a HTML. How to write comments in a HTML. For example, you want one line to be ignored. For example, you don't want this my name is Sunil to be displayed. As of now, this is displayed, right? My name is Sunil. You don't want this to be displayed. Option 1, you can remove this. Okay, option 1, you can remove it. Or instead of removing, you can comment it. Whenever you comment a particular line, that line will be ignored by the browser. Browser will not consider that line. Okay, it will not consider that line. So how to write comments? Whenever you want some lines to be ignored by the browser, for example, this my name is Sunil, I don't want this my name is Sunil to be displayed. You can comment that particular line. How to write the comments? My dear friends, how to write the comments? Angular bracket open, exclamation marks, double hyphen. This is the beginning of the comment. This is the ending of the comment. How to write the comments? Let's say this particular line I don't want to be displayed. I want to comment it. Angular brackets, exclamation, double hyphen, close of angular brackets. Finally, save it. I have commented. Because of this comment, this particular line will be ignored by the browser. Browser will ignore this line. So my name is Sunil will not be. Refresh the page. Please observe here, my dear friends. The moment I refresh the page, did I comment it? Sorry, I have not. I have to write it in the HTML page, right? So I have to write it in the HTML page. This is my abc.html. Angular brackets, exclamation, double hyphen, and then double hyphen, close of angular brackets, save it, and then refresh. Is it removed? Is that line commented? Perfect. Anything which you comment will be ignored by the browser. Browser will not consider that particular line. If you want to get back that line again, remove the comments. Save it. Now you will get, you will get back that particular line because you have removed the comments. So this is how you also now know. You also now know how to write comments in HTML. You also now know how to write comments in HTML. Perfect. We have one more tag called paragraph tag. This is a very simple, my dear participants. I'm a little fast because these concepts are very, very simple, easy to understand. Anybody can learn by themselves. So I'll be a little fast because these concepts are very, very easy to understand and simple. And anyways, you have the recorded session for you to revise. Paragraph tag, use it to represent a paragraph. Okay, for example, we used to write, if you want to write some contents, you can write it in 2-3 paragraphs, right? Same the way, the HTML content also, you can divide it into paragraph. You can divide it into paragraph. How to divide it into paragraph? Let us see. First, I will write the code. Can you give me the output of this? Who wants to give the output of this page? Please raise their hands. Anybody wants to guess the output of this page? This is my HTML page. Can anybody wants to look at the output of the page? Yes, Saurav. What will be the output if I run this particular abc.html?
So it will be shown like in the body, this is first line, second line, everything will be displayed.
First,
Okay,
this is first line, this is second line, this is third line, this is fourth line. This content is displayed, you mean to say, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now tell me the output, will it be shown in separate lines or will it be shown in one line like this? Did you understand? My
yes, sir.
point is,
It will show in one line.
yes. This is the code which you have mentioned in the HTML page, right? This is the code. But will it be shown in 4 lines or will it be shown in one line?
Single line.
Will it be shown in single line? Okay, let's try. This is the HTML page. The body is having. This is first line, second line, fourth line, third line, fourth line. I have saved it. And let us refresh the page. Refresh the page. Yes, Saurav, what you guessed is right. You're getting it in one line. This is first line, this is second line. By default, the complete content will be shown in observe. What is the observation, Saurav? Whatever you write the content, that will be shown in one single line. Okay. Now, Saurav, look at this. Look at what I'm doing. What did we observe, Saurav? The content is shown in only one line. Now, what I do, I include the paragraph tag. I include the paragraph tag. Saurav, what I'm doing here? Welcome to home page is my heading.
I guess the output will
Let me
be
complete. One came, this is my heading. And this is paragraph beginning. And ending is after the second line. One more paragraph beginning. Ending after the fourth line. Observe, Saurav, very important. This is the HTML body. Now answer my questions. In this HTML body, how many paragraphs we are having?
2 paragraphs.
This is the first paragraph. This is the second paragraph. Agree? And we have one heading. Welcome to the home page. I have saved my page. Let me refresh. This is heading. Welcome to home page. Saurav, as expected, this is welcome to home page. And this is first line, second line as one para. And third line and fourth line as one paragraph.
Okay.
Now the information is displayed in 2 lines because we have used
Paragraph element.
paragraph tag. When you don't use paragraph tag, the entire content is shown in one. We have to use paragraph tag. Perfect. Saurav, if I want to show it in 4 lines, this is
We
first
can
line, this
put
is
all
second
those
line,
lines
this
in
is
separate
third.
like
This is-
paragraph tab. So you're not
That's the
audible.
important observation. Now, if you want to show it in 4 lines, how many paragraph tags we have to use? We have to use 4 paragraph tags. Am I right? Perfect. Thank you.
Yes.
Perfect. In HTML, indentation is not important. Indentation is not important. What do you mean by indentation is not important? For example, the second paragraph, I'm giving some space. Save. First paragraph is this paragraph, first line, second line. Second paragraph is third line, fourth line. I have given some indentation and giving some spaces. As you have given indentation, in the output also, do you think the second paragraph, you get it a little bit, you will get this space in the output? Refresh. Are you getting the space? No. There is no indentation. Whether you use space or not, finally, it will be rendered in its own fashion. There is no concept of indentation in HTML. Even though you give space, even though you don't give space, there is no importance for it. So there is no importance for, my dear friends, there is no importance for indentation. The two important tags for making it more attractive, we have bold tag and italics tag. Bold tag is B, italics tag is I. Okay, perfect. Look at this HTML code. Look at this HTML page. Can you visualize the output? The output will be heading, H1. Heading will be shown in very big letters. Welcome to COVID information site. Globally, as on 6th April 2023, there have been so many confirmed cases, including so many confirmed deaths reported by World Health Organization. Let's run the page. Refresh. Yes, welcome to COVID information site. This is heading tag, isn't it? This is beginning of heading, and this is the paragraph tag. We get it in next line. As on so and so, these many number of cases and these many number of deaths. Now, I want a few bold. Let's say I want some text to be displayed in italics. Whenever you want some content to be displayed in the bold, whenever you want some content to be displayed in italics, you have bold tag and italic tag. But now, as per the latest version of HTML, the bold tag, previous versions is bold. Now it is recommended to use strong. The strong tag is used for bold. M stands for emphasis, is for italics. For example, this date will be displayed in bold. 6th April 2023. I want this date to be displayed in bold. For bold, you have to use strong tag. So strong and end of strong tag. Where do you want to end it? After the date. Ending is always slash. So this is the beginning of strong and end of strong. So whatever you write it here, that will be shown in bold. Save it, refresh the browser here. Right now, everything is normal. The moment I refresh it, the date is shown in bold. Strong tag is used as a replacement of bold. B will also work, bold will also work, but strong is used as a replacement of bold. That's recommended. Emphasis for italics. For example, COVID-19, I want to show it in italics, or this number, I want to show it in italics. For italics, the tag is EM, stands for emphasis. This particular number, I want to show it in italics. So, EM, beginning, and close of EM, end of emphasis. Save, refresh. Can you see this is shown in emphasis? Emphasis is nothing but italics. It's a markup language. It gives some mark to the users, to the pages. Okay, so you also know strong for bold and M for emphasis. M for emphasis. Perfect. Very important. Perfect. So, quick recap of what we have learned as of now. We have started learning HTML. Now you're in a position to create HTML page. Am I right? HTML pages are saved with extension .html. Am I right? What is the file extension? The file extension is HTML. Okay. HTML page is having two parts. Am I right? What are the two parts? Could you please respond in the chat box? Every HTML is having two parts. One is head part. Please respond in the chat box. The chat is open now. Every HTML is having two parts. Am I right? One is the head part. The other one is body top part. Whatever you write it in the body, that is as it is displayed. Whatever you write it in the body, which is as it is displayed. How many heading tags we are having? Please respond in the chat box. How many heading tags we are having? You can see here, as per my notes, there are total 6 heading tags. Based on the size you want to output, there are 6 heading tags. You also know how to write comments in HTML. You also know how to write comments in HTML, isn't it? How to write a title for the HTML page. Title is part of it. Thank you very much. As of now, the concepts are very simple and straightforward. Let's learn something new. You know how to write bold, how to write italics. Perfect. Let's learn something new. In HTML, we have something called list. When you want to show list of items, for example, when you go to a restaurant, you will ask for a menu where you will find list of items. Agree? Nowadays, restaurants are showing you mobile. When you scan the QR code, you get the menu in the mobile app where you have list of items. So those kind of list, if you want to prepare, you have to use list in HTML. Look at this. Paragraph tag, bold and italics, we have done it. Next, coming to list. In HTML, my dear participants, there are two types of list. Ordered list, unordered list. We have two types of list, ordered list and unordered list. Let me start with the first type of list, ordered list. Can you see this tag OL? What do you mean by OL? You can easily guess. You don't need to buy heart. OL stands for ordered list. The OL list starts with OL. Ordered list starts with OL tag. This is the beginning of OL tag and this is the ending of OL tag. Like how HTML, we have head, beginning head and end of head. Body also beginning tag, end of body. Title also we have beginning and end of title. Bold also we have beginning and then emphasis beginning and then in the same way, ordered list beginning tag and ending tag. List is list of items, right? That list of items, you have to mention it in LI, stands for list item. I want to create a list with 4 items, laptop, desktop, printers, and headphones. You want to create a list and how many items you want to place it? 4 items. You want to create a list and how many items you want to place it in the list? You want to place 4 items. Those items you have to mention it is LI, stands for list item. You are creating one list. This is one list. You are creating how many lists? This is the beginning of list. This is the end of list. How many lists you are creating? Only one list. With how many items we are having? 4 items. And very important point, the items will be marked with numbers by default. By default, you get numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you writing any numbers here? You don't need to write the numbers. The moment it is ordered, that means by default, you will find numbering in the list items. Am I right? So let's see how the list will behave. What shall we do? Very simple. Just copy this code. Include it in the body. I don't want this below paragraph tag or COVID information. Nothing I don't want. This is an empty body. Our body is having how many lists now, my dear friends? Our body is having how many lists? Only one list with how many items? 4 items. First item is laptop. The second item is desktop, printer, and headphones. Let me save my HTML page and let me refresh my HTML page. Please observe here. Are you getting a list like a laptop, desktop, printer, and headphones? Are you getting a list? What is a very important observation? Very important observation is, are you getting numbering? Yes, because you get by numbering default. By default, you get numbering. Because what you have selected is ordered list. By default, you have selected ordered list. In ordered list, there are 2 types of lists. Am I right? As per the notes, there are 2 types of list. There are two types of list, ordered list. Ordered list is OL, and by default you get numbering. And what is UL? UL is unordered list. I'll change the list type from OL to UL, beginning of UL and ending of UL. It is not an ordered list. You get numbers only for the ordered list. Now it is unordered list. For unordered list, how the list titles will be displayed? Then by default you get some bullets. Unordered means you will not get numbering. So you have to take the decision as per the client requirement. You want some list to be displayed. If you want some default numbering to be applied, go for ordered list. If the client says that I don't want any numbers, I want some bullets to be displayed, go for unordered list. Very simple, easy to remember. Ordered list, the tag is OL, stands for ordered list, and each element is LI, stands for list item. Laptop is one list item, desktop is one list item, printer is one list item, and headphone is one list item. Let's say you don't want numbering, then you have to go for unordered list. How to remember unordered? UL unordered list. That's it. I have changed the order list, and I have created ordered list, and I have changed it to unordered list. I hope it is very clear the difference between ordered list and unordered list. As mentioned here in the notes, list item will be marked with numbers in case of ordered list. In case of ordered list, whereas in unordered list, the unordered list starts with the UL. Very good. The list items will remain the same. The list items will be marked with bullets. These are bullets. As you have just seen in the output, for unordered list, you will find bullets. By default, bullets are nothing but small circles. Clear about this? Perfect. How are you, Praveen?
Good, sir.
Is this clear, whatever we are learning today?
Yeah, it's very clear, sir.
You know this, or is the first time you're learning it?
No, actually, I have like completed none, sir, but I have given few interviews, so I'm just searching what is the new content,
Okay.
especially in your explanation, we can find out.
Okay.
So,
Thank
with
you.
the basic UI also, if there is any possibility to present content very nicely,
Attractively, yes.
attractively. So
As
I
you
don't
see,
want to miss
Praveen,
the opportunity.
this is day one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a 30 days course approximately.
Yes.
So these are all basics, but once we get into Bootstrap, Praveen,
Yeah.
Bootstrap is CSS libraries, okay?
Yes.
How can we apply CSS libraries over the content delivery network?
Yeah.
Okay, and the box model. Model. Have you heard about box model? To have full control on the display sizes. Nowadays, Praveen, the web applications are displayed in tablets, laptops, televisions, isn't it? So based on the screen size, you want your website to be more responsive. Dynamically, it should arrange the elements by itself. Okay, responsive web applications.
Want to install the Android app or iOS app if they want to see on the web page
browser.
directly.
Yes.
Yeah, browser.
In such case, it should look beautiful. So you have to control the how the elements are arranged based on the display sizes.
The command is required on
perfect. And how exactly you can client-side logic you can implement using JavaScript. Okay.
Yeah. I was really waiting for you. How you have planned JavaScript class.
So this is just beginning. So most of things I hope you already know it. But once we go with day 10, day 12, it will be much more interesting.
Yes, sir. I'm waiting for that.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
One you. Am I clear?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, you are very clear. The concepts are very interesting.
I think your friend also joined from Cameroon, Mr.
Yeah, I got somebody from Cameroon. I mean, we are many of us right now.
Convey my regards to him.
Thank you very much. I just wish to ask, we have done the headings. I know you said we are going to make the page beautiful with CSS. I just wish to ask if we can add a color on the heading as the first question. And then the second one is it possible to do a sublisting, like you say 1 A, B, 2 A, B, C, 3 A, B, C, D. Is that
That
possible?
is what
Those are
called
my
nested
questions.
list. And can you see the next point? We can create a list inside another list. That is nothing but called as a nested list. So that will be my next point. And coming to making your content to be displayed in red color, the text should be in red color or blue color. That's again styles. Okay, applying styles to the HTML elements. You have to wait for a few more sessions. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Perfect. You can create a list, another inside list. For example, my requirement is okay. As of now, we have 4 elements, right? We have 4 list items: laptop, desktop, printers, and headphones. In the headphones, I want Bose as one list. Okay, and the Sony has one brand, and the Sennheiser is one more brand. This is another list. But this is one list. This list is having how many elements? 3 elements. But this list is inside the 4th element. That is called nested list. Okay. Similarly, you can have some brands inside the printer. Okay. For example, printer, you want the laser printer. Okay. For example, thermal printer. Okay, or matrix printer, something different types of printers. So this is again a list, which is inside the 2nd, 3rd element like this. Can you create a list under inside list? Yes, you can do that. Okay, look at this. Let me open to this file, which is live abc.html. This is an unordered list. Unordered. What do you mean by unordered? The moment of unordered is there is no numbering involved. By default, you get bullets. Now I want to create a list inside headphones. Okay, inside the headphones. Okay, this is ending of the list. Beginning of the list, end of the list. Now I will not end the list, and then inside the headphones, I'll be creating one more unordered list with 3 list items. Three list items. This is beginning of unordered list. This is ending of unordered list. And this is the ending of main list. Total how many lists we are having? This is the parent most list. And this list is an inner list called as nested list. So writing a list inside another list is called as nesting of list. It can be possible. Now refresh. So under headphones, again you get Bose, Sony, Sennheiser. The beauty is that indentation, it takes care automatically. It understands, okay, now developer wants to create a list inside the headphone. So he understood it and then automatically indentation happens. Clear? So this is called creating a nested list. Perfect. Okay. And then in the parent list, if you want, you can have after headphones, you can have include one more list item. Like monitors. So this is the outermost element again. Okay, this monitors will be the part of parent list, but the inner list one is this one. So like this, you have to be very little clever in creating a list answer inside the list. Finally, all these skills you have to use it to satisfy the client, to show them to develop their as per the requirements. Okay, so you are now in a position to show some content as part of HTML pages. Now let's move on to the interesting part of today's session, how to deal with how to deal with images. We all know web pages will have images like logos, okay, from graphics or photographs, whatever you want, you can place images. How can you embed an image in the HTML page? How can you embed an image? Whenever you want to deal with images, my dear friends, whenever you want to deal with images, we have IMG tag, stands for image tag. Okay, we have IMG tag for image tag. Before showing you practicals, what image I want to display? For example, I want to display this tree image. This tree image, you can see, this is the tree image. I want to place this image in my HTML page. If you want to place the image, what is the file name? First point. What is the file name? The file name is tree.jpg. Okay. Where is this file available? The file is available in downloads folder. First point, it's always good practice to place this image in the same location where the HTML file is available. Are you understanding? It's a good practice to place this image in the same location where the HTML file is available. What is your HTML file? What is your HTML file? Your HTML file is abc.html, right? Where is it available? In the D drive examples folder. So go to D drive examples folder. It's always good practice in the same location where the HTML file is available. In the same location, please place that image. For example, now what I'm doing, I am cutting this particular file and placing it in the same location where my file is available. That's the first important practice, good practice. You want to show some image in the HTML page, mention the image in the same location where the HTML file is available. Okay, now the image is available. If you want to show the image, if you want to show some tree here, okay, this list is already there. Below this, you want to show some image. Whenever you want to show some image, that is possible by using image tag. Okay, now how to use the image tag? Image tag is having two attributes. This is the first time I am using a term called attributes. I have never used attributes before. What are all these? These are tags. UL is a tag. What are all these, my dear friends? These are all tags. What is body? Body is a tag. What is title? Title is a tag. Title is a tag. This is the beginning tag. Unordered list. Paragraph is one tag. Bold is one tag. Emphasis is one tag. Strong is one tag. We have learned tags. Did you use any attributes? No. This is the first time I'm using a term called attributes. What is attribute? How to use attributes? What is the difference between tag and attribute? Okay, look at this. Tag syntax is what? Whenever you want to use a tag, the syntax is angular brackets open, close. This is the tag, right? Whatever you write it, this is called tag. But inside the same way, if you want to place some image, you have to use image tag, IMG. You have to use image tag. Whenever you want to place some image, what is my plan now? I want to show some image in the HTML page. Yes, when client wants to develop the HTML, they want some images to be displayed. They want some logos to be displayed. So whenever you want some this kind of images to be displayed, you have to use image tag. The image tag is having an attribute called SRC, source. More information for that particular tag, you have to mention it in the form of attribute. SRC is the name of the attribute. What is SRC? SRC is the name of the attribute. Source, where you have to mention where is that, what image you want to display, whether it is tree.jpg or apple.jpg, what is that? You have to mention that, right? That you have to mention it at the attribute level. Inside the tag, there is an attribute called source, SRC. That's what I want to show you now. The image tag is used to embed an image in the HTML page. Very good. Image tag is having how many attributes? Two attributes. One is source attribute, the other one is ALT attribute. Stands for alternate text. The source attribute specifies the path Image location, where is the image available? The tree.jpg, where is that image available? You have to mention that. In which attribute you have to mention source attribute. Alternate is because of some reasons, if the image is not getting displayed, some compatibility issues, whatever it is, alternate text will be displayed. That is called alternate attribute. Okay, example. Alternate is not, I'm not using alternate attribute, I'm using only one attribute called as SRC. Image is the name of the tag, SRC is the name of the attribute. What image I want to show? I want to show tree.jpg. It's always recommended to use it in double quotes. I will include this in my abc.html. After the list, before the end of the body, I'm using one image tag. What is the impact of this image tag? Image tag is used to embed an image. Which image is used? Tree.image. Is the tree.image available? Yes, it is available. Now let's see. Refresh the browser. My dear friends, is the tree getting displayed? My dear friends, are you able to see tree embedded in the HTML page? If yes, please type yes in the chat box. You are in a position to show some images. If you place tree, tree will be displayed. Client wants logo to be displayed. Yes, you can mention the logo here. That is a possible. Now, I hope you have understood the difference between tags and attributes. You have understood the difference between tags and attributes. Okay, attribute is more information to the tag. For example, SRC is the name of the attribute which we use it inside the image tag. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. You also know how to use image inside the HTML pages. Perfect. Image tag is having one more attribute called alternate attribute. Because of some reason, because for example, because of some security issues, the image is not getting displayed. Okay, in such case, instead of image, some default text will be displayed. That is called tree photo will be displayed. Like this, you can include the alternate text also inside the image tag. Because of some reasons, now you can see here, refresh. What is the alternate mentioned? Alternate I have mentioned as tree photo. Okay, it's very simple. For example, I'll write it my name, Sunil. What is the importance of Sunil? Alternate will not be displayed because always image will be displayed. When this value Sunil will be displayed because of some reason, for example, this tree image is not displayed. For example, I'm deleting the tree image. Okay, deleted. The file is deleted. Now click on refresh. As the file is not available, tree will not be displayed. If tree will not be displayed, what is displayed? The alternate text is displayed. So whatever the alternate text you have mentioned here, that will be displayed. What is the alternate text you have mentioned? Sunil. So that's the reason Sunil is displayed. So because of some reason, sometimes when you're opening some web pages, you will find this kind of alternate text. Okay, so the end user can understand. So Sunil end user cannot understand. So if I write tree photo, save it, refresh, then end user can understand, okay, tree photo should be there because some reason photo is not displayed. So some alternate text is displayed. That is the importance of alternate text. That's the importance of alternate text. So you also now know how to use embed images inside the HTML pages. This is what I have aimed for day 2. My dear participants, this is the second day. Day by day, my promise, all my sessions will be very clear. All my sessions will be very clear. From my side, I promise all the complete UI technology sessions will be very, very clear for you. Your side, the promise, what you have to do is to get the best of the training. My dear participants, to get the best of the training, the best results if you want, there should be strong dedication from the faculty and there should be strong commitment from the student point of view. Then only we get the results. If the faculty is good, if the student is not practicing, then we will not get the result. If the faculty is bad, but the student grasping is good, but he is not getting the right content, then also we will not get the results. My promise, whatever the examples, what I deliver, it will be very crystal clear for you. Okay. And your promise, what you have to do is focus on this, whatever this 1 month of training. So 1 month is very, very simple and easy. You can do it. Okay. So do hands-on, get the best of the training. include the skill sets in your resume that will add value to your resume, whether you're a fresher or experienced, whatever it is. I hope you have enjoyed the session. How is today's session? Please respond in the chat box. Are you happy with the second session of UI technologies? If yes, please type yes in the chat box. Thank you very much for your responses. I hope you are eagerly waiting for tomorrow's sessions where I'll add much more concepts. I hope you are eager for tomorrow's session. There's something called tables, how to include tables in HTML. There are a lot of tags in HTML. There are a lot of concepts. Day 2 will be much more, day 3 tomorrow's will be much more interesting sessions. Okay. I hope you are already in the WhatsApp group. I hope you are already in the WhatsApp group. If you are not in the WhatsApp group, please join the WhatsApp group using. If you are already there, don't join the duplicate groups. Go to upcoming batches. This is the WhatsApp group link of UI technologies. Okay, so I hope you are already in the WhatsApp group. In case if you are not in the WhatsApp group, please join the WhatsApp group, which you using the link which I'm posting in the chat box. The live training is absolutely free, as hope you know it. But if you want the recordings and videos also, you can buy the videos by clicking on here. And it's a matter of 999 rupees where you can buy the videos. Buying the videos is optional and live training is absolutely free. I hope you have enjoyed the session. See you tomorrow for much more learning on HTML. Have a good time. Thank you.